Everything on Amazon that we returned in 2021. Why didn't we like these things? I love Amazon. And here's the reason why I love Amazon. You can return almost anything. And even things that say you can't return it, if you've got a good reason, you can return it. So my channel is mostly beauty related, but I always love to add a little bit of those things in there that might be interesting to you guys that might not be beauty related. So I'm going to go through all of them, not just beauty stuff. This is a flowy razorback tank top, and I bought this for me. And the reason I didn't like it was because it doesn't fit the girls. How else to say it? Like, if I were to get a size that would actually fit me, it was going to be way too huge every place else because I am well endowed. I had purchased them thinking I would love to have just that, and I wasn't thinking I could go without a bra. That's just not possible. But just like around the house kind of thing. And no, they were dreadful. So those went back. I love organization, and I bought these drawer dividers because I'd heard such good things about them. The reason I returned these is because I didn't even think, dumb me, I didn't even think to measure how deep our drawer was when I bought them. And so they weren't even anywhere near long enough, let alone be strong enough to do a tension thing. I actually returned those, measured, and bought a new pair or a new set, and now they work great. So I bought these flip-flops, which are actually from a brand called Fit Flop, and I pretty much purchased every color I would want, and I bought these. They're in the color sea blue. When I look at that color, it looks like it's a deeper blue color, like almost a navy. So I thought, oh, those are great. Bought them. They came back with, I wish I had a picture. I didn't keep a picture. They were so ugly. I don't like the color teal, and obviously I would not want that on my foot. Like, I don't have any clothes that would match a teal fit flop or flip flop. So I saw the color, I didn't even put them on. I put them back in the box and said, yep, this is just ugly. So I love Fit Flop flip flops. They're amazing. And I just bought Fit Flop slippers, and I love these things. These are great, and I got these on Amazon, so no, not returning these. So my husband and I love to bike, and I had been searching for a mirror so when you're riding you can see who's behind you if there's a car coming. So I bought these. These go on the actual handlebars and you can see what's behind you. The problem with this was it didn't stay up. We were literally riding and the mirror all of a sudden was coming loose as we were riding on a very bumpy road. The vibration of it unscrewed the screw, and all of a sudden the mirror goes sliding down, and I'm like, oh my word. It was the worst thing. And then I couldn't get it off. It was a nightmare. Just a nightmare. Dramatic much? So obviously I returned those. Well, obviously, Bobby, this is called an Amazon returns. So obviously we tried a different pair after that, and I got these. These are supposed to clip onto your glasses. So they have that little doohickey thing there at the end that is supposed to sit on your glass. What's it called? Okay. I don't know what it's called. This thing. Glass. Whatever. It sits on this thing of your glasses, and obviously these would be sports glasses. My problem was that thing at the end would not fit the glasses I have. Like, it would fit on something like this, but most sports glasses are not that. So it didn't work at all. Okay, this was a total purchase of, I saw it somewhere and went, oh, that sounds great, and just on a whim purchased it without really thinking it through. This is a Guacamole Keeper, and it's great because you put the guacamole in and then the thing just kind of presses down, so as you use the guacamole, you press it down, and therefore no air is getting to the guacamole, so air turns it brown. So you would have it longer. My problem is we usually never have leftovers of guacamole. We always buy, my husband gets them from Aldi, these small little ones, like single-use ones, or we will make our own guacamole and it's never left over, like never. So I was like, why did I buy this thing? We never have leftovers. So I think it's a great product. Like if you have a use for this product, I absolutely think you should buy it. And that's why I'm gonna link everything. It just wasn't useful for my family. Back in the summer, I had a wedding to go to, so I purchased a few different shirts to see if I liked them. There was this blue one there that looked like I don't know, very frumpy, much more older than I wanted to look, and it was very paper thin and cheap looking. Then I also got this, like, I guess it's a green. It's kind of a grayish green top, and it just didn't look good on me at all. And it was also very cheap. I actually did find one that I loved on Amazon, and it is this like orangey kind of one. I bought it in the size medium. It fit perfectly. It looked good. It stayed nice all day, and I will definitely wear it again. Okay, the next thing was purchased around June, and it was because it was Father's Day. And my kids and I decided to buy my husband this like trolley kind of thing, they call it a scooter. It was way bigger than we thought, but we have a garden and my husband is the one who does the garden, and we thought this would be great for him as he gets older. The funny thing is literally, so this was it was put together, my poor son put it together. It was not easy to. And literally the day before, Doug was talking to me and he's like, I think I want to pare down the garden, not have such a big one. And I have always wanted to have a garden where we have big containers where you could literally stand up and garden in the container instead of bending over so much, because as we get older, that's harder to do. And we literally made the decision the day before to do that, and I already had this thing in. So we gave it to him because we wanted him to see this is what we had been thinking. We didn't want him to just think that we overlooked him, and he decided he didn't want it and returned it. Okay, this is one of those things that I wish I had returned. I am keto. It's a long story. Weight Watchers keto, Weight Watchers keto. I'm all over the place. I was like on this chaffel thing with keto, and I bought this, which is kind of like a basket. So think of a waffle that's in a basket form. So it's a chaffel. Why did I buy this thing? The window to return it was gone, and I have it still, and I have not used it since. Right? I love Vionic shoes, but this pair, I actually put it in a Yahoos and Boos and said I liked it because it was new to me. But as I wore it for a little bit more time, I just didn't like how my foot looked in it. It was comfortable, but I just didn't like how, I don't know, I just didn't like it on me. Another chaffel thing, I was on this bent to be able to make more chaffels at one time. So I bought this one. It was a 4 circles one. But honestly, what would happen is I'd put it all in there and all the stuff would go into the middle, and it wouldn't really make the round ones. It would make this mush of all, it just didn't work. So I ended up returning that one and buying the one that's 4 squares, and it works much better. But for chaffels, and you want multiple, buy the square one, and I will link that one below. So we went on a lake vacation and really wanted kayaks, but kayaks are very expensive and they're hard to transport. So we ended up buying these inflatable kayaks. And I will tell you, we loved them. They worked out amazingly well for our family. We did end up returning 2 of them. We bought 4. We returned 2 back. And the only reason we did is I have very tall men in my family. My husband and my son are both around 6'1", 6'2", somewhere in there. And it was a little bit too short. It worked for the vacation. We would never probably use it again because it wasn't like, yippee, let me go out on this thing that my legs really don't fit in. It worked perfectly for Rachel and I. I'm 5'4", Rachel's 5'5". So we returned 2 of them just for the comfort alone. But we love these kayaks. If you're looking for a kayak where you don't want to spend a ton of money and you don't want to have to store it in this, a big space. We literally put them back in the bag and they're down in our basement waiting for next summer. So we bought this thermometer. You're supposed to just push it against your forehead and it will tell you what your temperature is. It seemed to work, but we decided to test it against a real thermometer where you actually put it in your mouth. The difference in the two temperatures was astronomical. It wasn't like it was off by a half or a quarter of a degree or something like that. No, it was off by like 2 degrees, which is a massive amount. We just went back to the normal, put it in your mouth. We've been looking for a cat kind of platform thing to replace the one we have downstairs because my cat Mia has shredded the stuff on it, and we've replaced it a couple times. It looks like a train wreck. It is what it is. So we've been trying to find one, and what we love about the one downstairs is the fact that the opening in the seat platform part is literally identical height to our windowsill. So she sits on there between the two and loves it. And we want to be able to give that to her again. So we've been looking for ones and we bought this one. It was definitely too high where the opening was and we didn't read it well. We still have the same one. We have not replaced it because she loves it. And even though it looks hideous, I'm not willing to take it away from her because she loves it. So we're on the lookout for one. They're astronomically expensive some places. This is another one of those knee-jerk, I saw an advertisement, oh, let's buy it kind of things, and I should never have bought it. This is the Kissio Lip Plumper, Natural Lip Plumper. The names of these things are astronomical. This thing, I put it on my lips and oh my heart, I had to take it off so fast. It hurt so bad. This is like one of those TikTok viral things that I saw in so many different places. And I thought, oh, it must be good. Let's try it. Oh my goodness. No. It hurt. I was like, get it off. Okay, so this is another Vionix return. I bought this pair for me to wear to work. I have purchased other Vionics and have purchased my normal size, which is a 9 normal. It's just not wide or anything like that. These things hurt so bad on my sides. It was just way too narrow. So I returned to them because they hurt. And sadly, this black pair was another one that I had to return for the same reason. So I'm not understanding how their sizing is because I have other pairs that fit perfectly in the same size. So I returned those as well. If you want to see some of the things that I do love from Amazon, I will link that one right here. That's an older one, but it's got some really good stuff on it. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next one or this one here. God bless.